So the book of Sirach 42:17, the Lord hath not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works, which the almighty power Yahweh firmly settled, that whatsoever is might be established for his glory. So that's why when I see birds, when I see Esau be showing off the power of the Heavenly Father, the creations, all the beautiful things that he created, I'm laughing because I'm like, what? How do you make this, man? I have no idea. You start to go crazy, man. It's dope as hell. And then you be laughing at the bird that just, you know, this one. And they're the nicest one of them all, because they're very friendly, actually, if you think about it. They come next to you. You know what I'm saying? This one doesn't come next to you.
But now,
this one either.
It's Kenz's turn.
This is Esau, basically. Well, he moves like this throughout the world in darkness, and he can see. That's why one of his logos is the owl, because he can see in the darkness and he moves in silence. He's the real bad boy that moves in silence and violence. And when he does his violence, you're still gonna call an Arab a terrorist, even though they're the ones that are defending the invaders. And still people call them the terrorists. That don't make no fucking sense. But that's how good he is. He's very good at manipulating. He's the deceiver up on the planet Earth. You gotta I'll give him props. I'll be like, God damn, you're the perfect devil. You're a fucking devil. You're fantastic. You're great. The Most High created you perfect. You're a perfect devil. But the Most High is exposing you right about now. And then everybody gonna be like, what? I can't believe these beasts. All these things that they're doing behind the scenes. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein was nothing. Yep, you can't hear him. Well, that's how Esau moved upon the planet Earth. O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit down on the ground. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, because he's sitting on the throne right now. And that's exactly what North Korea is in right now. That's why I would like for you to watch this documentary. It's not that long. It's 20 minutes. This video is longer than this video, than this thing over here. The video that I'm doing right now is longer than this thing over here. So yeah. But yeah, so going to Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. And the heavenly, well, let me start here. It's verse 6. And in this mountain shall Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the lees. Lees is when it's really hard. Like, look, for example, lees is this. Lees is the thing that is on the bottom. But let me just, I know what it, wait, let me just put this so that you don't think I'm just making stuff up. It already says wine. Lees, the sediment of wine in the barrel. Back in the days, we had wine barrels like this, right? And we had wine up in there, which would, which would soak up in the in the wood. It would change the taste of it. If you have wine in a cup, you drink it in a cup, you will taste that it's different. If you drink wine in a glass, you will taste that is different. Why? Because the wine will soak all the taste of the carton box. If you have a cup like, not a plastic cup, I mean the other one, it will soak it. It will take the taste. And also, if you put it in a plastic cup, it will take the taste of the plastic. And then you will taste it. But we put it in barrels back in the days, or in leather, animal's leather. We put it in there. That's the wine bottles back in the days. This is what we used to do it in. Put it in. This one is animal skin. We used to do that. This is what it's talking about with old bottles. Because, yeah, the old bottles is going to get very saggy. In the beginning, it's like this. But, of course, Esau, he mastered it to where now it can stay very long like that. And he put plastic here so that it's very convenient. But you're drinking plastic at the same time. So, how good is that? Everything of these Edomites is destructive. It looks great. It's very easy to use. Like it makes your life so-called easier and stuff like that. That's what the Edomite is. It looks good, but it isn't. That is what the Edomite is. You know, their stuff look good, but it ain't. Keep on using it. You're gonna end up in the hospital and ask yourself like, I'm getting, I got sick. No, you didn't get sick. You got poisoned. It's a difference. Okay. Okay. So the barrel, at the bottom of the barrel, you have what is called the dregs. And what happens when here? What happens when you drink the dregs? You know why? Back in the days when I was younger, I always saw the older people drink beer and then they leave it until here. And I was always looking at them like, how dumb are you? I mean, you just bought the thing and you don't drink it? That's stupid. And then they would get a new glass or throw this away and then pour back in. Because believe it or not, back in the days, the beers of back in the days, they actually did have the dregs. Nowadays, in 2025, I saw it since like 2010 or something. Even before that, man. The beer doesn't have the dregs anymore. Not that I noticed. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it back in the days because I know that when I was drinking it, it made me want to puke. So I didn't want it anymore. So, oh yeah, by the way, when I got older, I started to understand why. I was like, oh, that's why they do it. But nowadays, they use a fining agent so disgusting that it take away the drag. So you think you're actually drinking something greater, actually better, I would say, but it's actually worse because it shows you right here. Yes, gelatin is sometimes used in brewing as a fining agent. Woo! Yeah. Gelatins help clarify the beer by removing haze, causing proteins and yeast particles and making it clearer and brighter. However, some brewers prefer not to use it, and many craft beers are now being brewed without gelatin. So you got pork in there, and the pork is making it clear. So this one most likely had pork. I don't know. you could kind of I don't know, sometimes I don't know, you're using gelatin in beer to clarify it, to make it see-through. So this one is pork and this one do this. Cloudy beer do this. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Fix it with gelatin. How about that? This is how they make the beer see-through. If you have beer and it's see-through, you better be afraid. Anyway, so the point is that back in the days, I do remember, but it's still around because I know because I tasted it. One make me puke, so I don't want that. I don't want that. No, I haven't drank beer in a long time, but still I know about it. You know, I went to it, especially back in the days. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, but I saw the older ones because back in the days it was more widespread. Like 80% of the beer was actually, had that drag in them. If you keep it long enough in one spot, and then the drags would slowly go down, and then if you drink that, you'll puke because you're gonna get high. It's gonna make you sick, and you're gonna want to puke up. But anyway, let me go on. So, at feasts of wines on lease, that's very powerful wine, my man. If you drink that, you're not gonna make it back home, man. Not at least not no, with wobbly feet. I'll tell. If you swallow that and you keep it in without puking it out, yeah, you're gonna be in another dimension. I'll tell you that. A fat things full of marrow with this it's bones things if I'm correct. But anyway, let me go on. Of wines on lease, well refined. Back in the days when you refined it, you didn't use no pork. You use other things, which is like sifting it and stuff like that, making it clearer, but with good things. You can refine beer, but with good things, with normal things. Not with what Esau's doing, very fancy and very fast and all that type of nonsense there. Yeah, everything that Esau does that is very convenient and good and all that there either destroys the environment or destroys you, or destroys your spirit, your mind, or your mind, or your soul. You know. Anyway, and he will destroy in this mountain. The Heavenly Father will destroy in this government the face of the covering cast over all people. Esau is the only one that, as a whole, like I shouldn't say whole. I should say more as an like of the elites, the one that is really like the top guy, the top one that sees clearer than everybody else in the darkness that the Heavenly Father set up on the planet Earth, but that He created also. You know, He creates a whole cloud of thick darkness around him, and every as soon as he come close by, everybody think that he's the good guy until he's done with your country, and then and then you're gonna die, and then generations after that, your children are gonna worship him like, man, I want to go to America, man, land of dreams. I'm sick. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being poor. You know, I want to have normal food, and drink water, real water. Yeah, the reason you're in that state is because he fucked up your own land, and now you want to go to his land, and he don't want you there. I'm going to deport you. Covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. You can't see. He can see you, but you can't see him. You can't see the evil of them. Oh, he can see you too. He can see you really good. He sees the mineral resources. He sees the mineral resources in your land. When he looks at you, he'd be like, they're rich. I'm gonna go get them. You're looking at them like they're rich. It's your money going on here.
Imagine a country where 10 families control over 60% of the entire economy.
America, Europe, Australia, all the France, Spain, Europe is a whole continent, I mean, but Spain, Belgium, Czechia, Poland, Bulgaria, Hungary, should I name more if I even can remember them all? Turkey, all these places and stuff like that. Every fucking place where the Edomites are. So I hate these devils. They want to talk fuck these Koreans too, but they want to talk bad about them. But they're the same thing. They're doing the same thing because Asia is a partaker of Babylon and the hope thereof. So what is that talking about? But anyway, it's all good because it's beautiful how their God, the Caucasian, how he is making videos exposing them and making bank doing it too. And they still worship him.
Where corporate executives convicted of crimes are routinely pardoned because the nation needs them. It might sound like a dictatorship.
Because I made a video the other day and I said that it was 20% of the country's, not GDP if I'm correct, I think I said GDP, but basically Samsung, there's Samsung here. I was just thinking about it. Samsung, the whole company, is responsible for like 40% of the income money in whole Korea. And then I put the documentary and they said 20, but that was the other documentary. This documentary explains it better, and I didn't put this one in the link. Sorry about that. I actually forgot about it. And then I was doing stuff. I was just looking up stuff. And then I clicked on something, and then I came here. I was like, oh, that's because the algorithm, it especially if look back in the days, if I was to click on something, I would get all these algorithms here. Anything that had to do with anything that I click on. But nowadays, if I click on the video, if I click on the video, then only the videos that would get high thumbs up, those are the ones that will be recommended onto me. Or, you know, or have high view counts. You don't get the normal ones anymore like back in the days, you know what I'm saying? And I want those because it's not often, but a lot of times it's the ones that are not noticed. Those are the ones that I want to look at, like, so what are you doing? And then I see great documentaries. I'm like, damn, now that's a good one. You know what I'm saying? It's real good to expose these Edomites. You know, to show stuff so I can link it with the scriptures. Like, oh, got him.
Something like North Korea. But just below North Korea, all of this is happening. Welcome to South Korea. A modern democracy in name, but a country where business dynasties wield power that...
Modern democracy in name, but just like America, just like Europe, just like Australia. They frontin' with the democracy things, but they're not... Hey, their whole thing is rigged. Just like how he's going to explain how Korea is rigged. It's amazing how these people are the biggest fucking hypocrites in existence, man. When he's talking about these things, I'm literally seeing America. I'm literally seeing England. I'm literally seeing France. I'm seeing all these countries. But he wants to single out Korea. This is a joke, man. This is a hypocritical nation, man. Like, I'm looking like, what? What are you talking about, man? Your people do the same thing. Worse. But you're so perfect that ain't nobody hear you. That's how perfect you are. With your people, your elites. That's how great they are. They're the masters of disaster. They're the sons of perdition. The man of sin. You know? That's you. But anyway, it's all good because they're exposing each other. That's great. So I can dig into the scriptures and then show other people like, look at what they're doing. Stay away from them because it says right here on the sorry. So here on 64, Psalm 64:8. So they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Don't be mingling with these people, you know.
The government itself, where a handful of families control everything.
That's exactly what you Edomites are doing. A handful of family is controlling the entire world. Edomite family. What are you talking about, man? But anyway, sorry for stopping it the whole time. I do find it hypocritical because I see many Edomites do stuff like this because they don't look at their own nation. They always want to expose other nations of how bad they're doing. But there's a lot of videos online about how Koreans don't have children anymore. Here, old virgins or something like that. Here, old virgins, and you know they're dying, and the women are not giving them pum pum nan. But when the caucus comes, shit, I clicked that one away. Damn it! But when the caucus comes, they throw. Oh, he's talking. Are you gonna talk about it? No, it's not this one. Wait. Remember, blessed is he that seeth the fall of his enemy. So I'm looking at stuff and just happy. Be happy because you know your salvation is nearer than when you believe.
Foreigners who date Korean men for the first time.
He's not talking about fucking foreigners. He's talking about Edomites. It's not. Listen. These people, they're like these secret little races that they're demonic too. Because they're not saying Edomites, and it would make you think like, oh, they go for Arabs, they go for East Indians, they go for any other race. No, that is not what it is when they say foreigners, my man. You have to understand that, okay? They're talking about Edomites.
They all say they are love bombed. They are literally...
Because the Korean men, they don't really treat their women like that with the love situation. Because Esau, he sees a little child. So he's like, oh my God, legal kiddie porn. And then he throws all the love toward them because they're small. Now, when I would like a girl that's smaller than me, I'm not on that kiddie porn tip. They have a different mindset. They see something, when they see something, they think different. We're not the same, bruh. I'm not the same issue.
They have never felt this kind of treatment anywhere in the world. They feel like princesses. They're like, wow, this guy is ready to like do everything for me. I was happy.
You're a fuck toy, which is good for you. I don't care about that, but I see what it is.
Having a very, very important meeting. And the meeting went on for 3 hours.
Anyway, I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. He goes into the dating thing over there, how their men can't get sex, but the Edomite come and do get it. And here she explains to you that these Korean girls, they don't really have sex like that. They're virgins at very old ages, and they don't think it's like different. But anyway, if you want to learn a little bit and you go there, I don't know, study my anime, find it interesting to look at stuff. What am I doing here? I think I was here. Let me see, where was I? Sorry. Here. Okay.
These families are known as Chebble, and their influence.
These families are known as the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, and stuff like that. See? I can go on and on, but sorry for me stopping it the whole time. I'm going to stop the video anyway in about a minute or something.
Influence extends far beyond business into every aspect of Korean life. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how this group of families took over an entire country and became the de facto royal family of South Korea. It's 5:45 a.m. in Seoul, and Ji-woo's alarm buzzes on her Samsung phone. She groans, rolls over in her tiny studio apartment, and stares at the ceiling for a moment. Another day, another commute, another 12-hour shift at a job that barely covers the bills. Ji-woo is 28, lives alone, and like many in her generation, she's tired not just physically, but existentially. She did everything she was supposed to, studied hard, got a degree, landed a corporate job, but still, she feels like she's constantly falling behind. Her rent goes to a bank owned by one conglomerate. The apartment she lives in was built by another. Her electricity, her internet, her health insurance, well, that's all connected to the same circle of mega corporations that dominate every inch of Korean life. Wake up to your...
That's the same thing that the Edomites do in Europe. That's the same thing that they do in America, in Australia. It's a bunch of families that own everything. What is this guy talking about as if this is not happening by his own race to him? This is ridiculous.
Samsung alarm, brush your teeth with LG products, drive your Hyundai to work, stop for gas at an SK station, buy lunch at a lot store, visit a Samsung hospital if you're sick. It's relentless, and it isn't about your loyalty to your favorite businesses. This is just life in South Korea, where escaping the reach of a select few super rich families is virtually impossible. As Ji-woo heads to the subway, she passes a young mother rushing her child to kindergarten. That kid has already been trained for Korea's brutal academic rat race, the first step to get a coveted corporate job at one of the top chaebols. And we made a video on this before, but less than 1% even ever make it here. And the payoff for succeeding is arguably not worth its while, with most companies still practicing relentless top-down hierarchies with hours so long that Koreans score some of the highest burnout and exhaustion.
Okay, watch that for yourself. This is the point. I forgot where the hell it was. I thought it was here, but anyway, sorry.
The Korean War has just ended, leaving the peninsula in ruins. South Korea is one of the poorest countries on earth, with a per capita GDP lower than Ghana and Sudan. Seoul is a wasteland of bombed out buildings and desperate...
Lower than Ghana and Sudan. Going on. That's how poor they were, right?
Poverty. There are almost no paved roads, and most people live without electricity or running water. In this ruined country, a small textile merchant named Lee Byung-chul struggles.
That's what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. This is how beautiful the Most High is. This is exactly what happened with Rockefeller in America. This is exactly what happened with Rothschild in England. You can't make this up. This is beyond... No, I think it was Germany, sorry. Rothschild? Oh, where? Frankfurt, Germany. Sorry, I made a mistake. Maya M. Bauer. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I said the England, but he sent his son to England. He sent 5 sons he had. He sent one to England, France, America, and a few others. I don't know. I'm not sure. I never looked at. Well, they said a few things that the Rockefellers are actually Rothschilds, but they just changed their names. I don't know. I don't care. I do care, but I don't. It doesn't matter. They Edomites. That's what I mean. What I don't care, because I do, but not to the bit I can break in my head. But yeah, whatever.
To keep his tiny company afloat. He calls it Samsung, meaning 3 stars. It's just one of many struggling businesses in a devastated economy, barely a blip on anyone's radar. Across town, a former mechanic named Chung Ju-young runs a modest construction company called Hyundai. He personally supervises small jobs, working alongside his crew from dawn until dusk. The country has no industrial base, no natural resources, and no apparent path to prosperity. Western economists write it off as a permanent economic basket case. But then, in 1961, an ambitious army general named Park Chung-hee
Esau, I'm telling you, I did other videos showing you how he set up other on a military Hamites and stuff like that in America and Africa, and then he caused them to go out there and commit a lot of atrocities and stuff like that. You know, murder, anything you can imagine. Okay, think of that. And then he funded them to set up coups and all that type of stuff. Yo, don't be playing. Esau is a he's this. You can't see him. Their tongue, they make it their own tongue to fall upon themselves off of other Edomites that do documentaries. That's how I learn. I'm looking at them like, damn, I didn't know that. And then I link, you know, Lord willing, with the scriptures and stuff like that. I'd be like, yes, keep on killing each other, because they're looking for a way out, like how to fix this. I'm looking for a way, like, give me some more, because I'll be like, yeah, the more y'all fall, the faster we're going to be saved.
He seizes power in a military coup. Park has only one obsession: transforming Korea.
How do they dress? Do you see that they don't dress no more like they're old people? You see that? You already saw that? You didn't see it? Nothing?
Industrial powerhouse.
The women have the
He rounds
the
up the country's struggling entrepreneurs, the founders of Samsung, Hyundai, and others, and makes them all an offer they just can't refuse. The government will provide them exclusive licenses.
Make them an offer they can't refuse. It's all a setup.
Loans, protection from foreign competition, and on top of that, even guaranteed contracts. And in exchange, these businesses will follow Park's economic plans to the letter, never asking any questions. And what followed
here, but I'll tell you, I was here. Don't think I'm just making stuff up and linking stuff just for nothing. Watch the little things that I show that I'm putting for you. You might learn something. I didn't want to say it like that. Normally I say it like that, but it's a joke. Hey, you shut the fuck up. You might learn something, nigga. You might learn a motherfucking thing too, nigga. I'm just playing. Anyway, watch this thing, the capture of the world's greatest company. What happened here? Well, it's Apple made China bigger than they already were, like 4 or 5 times bigger. I ain't making no joke. Listen to this thing, and if I'm correct, it's this one. Wait. Okay, this is it, right? So I'm gonna put this one in the description box also, the 16-minute one. I haven't seen it myself, but I saw it. No. I haven't watched it myself, but I saw it. Meaning I saw it, but I didn't watch it. Like I clicked on it, but I kept it like in one of these things here, and I'll look at it. I don't know when I I don't know when I come across it, because I already saved it somewhere. So right. Watch this, and then you will see this. Apple built China. Now it's too late. That's what happened here. Esau did this. He made them great.
from this?
Scriptures. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy coming together with you, confederate with you, have brought thee even to the border. They're going to fight against you. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Why are you racist against me? That's because you did shit to them people, and them people ain't forgetting. Once they get that power and they be able to stand on their two little feet, they're gonna start stepping on your toes, and before you know it, they're gonna stomp on your toes. How about that? But not yet, because the Heavenly Father is gonna set it up like that, because He said it already here. Revelation 17:17. For the Heavenly Father had put in their hearts to fulfill His will and to agree with you for a certain period of time, and to give their kingdom unto the beast. So for now, they're basically kissing your ass until the word of the Heavenly Father shall be fulfilled. Until that time come when they're gonna be like, fuck these devils, and then they're gonna hurt you. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Esau is reigning over these motherfuckers, these powerful people in Korea. They're very cruel too. You don't know how cruel Asian people are? not just Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese. These motherfuckers are cruel. Have you seen what they do to animals, man? Have you seen that? Boy, you don't know how cruel these people are. I have another documentary. Wait. Okay, I would like for you to watch this documentary, which is very small, very good, and they will teach you about the things what Japan was doing before the Heavenly Father allowed Esau to bomb the shit out of them. This flag is seen as this flag here, Korea. Olympic plate. Oh, here. So, here, Japanese rising flag, sun flag provokes anger at Tokyo Olympics because the Koreans came there and they don't want to hear nothing of that shit. Japan protests unified Korea's flag, and they hate them too. But it's the Japanese that did things to them, and to all the Asiatic countries around, Japan was destroying the stuffings out of them. You're gonna get that out of this little 9-minute and 47 video. Believe me, it's dope. It's very good. It will teach you something about the world instead of, oh, there's something else. Instead of, I actually need that thing there, but anyway, I was looking up those things too, but it's too expensive right about now. But anyway, so sorry, wait. Right, it used to be very cheap and like 300, 250. Now they want to charge you 500, so double. They want to double the thing for you with 550 and stuff like that. That's because they're the devil. Since 2020, everything is now doubled, especially technology type stuff. And yeah, that's what they're doing. I mean, get ready for an angry world. Get ready for an angry world. That's what they're doing. Let me finish it up with this.
Is perhaps the most dramatic economic transformation in modern history. In just one generation, South Korea leaps from a third world poverty-stricken hellhole to an industrial powerhouse.
That's impossible. It's impossible without the Edomite help, and Esau did it on purpose. If you watch him explain, you're gonna see like, what is Apple doing now? Apple is doing this on purpose because they want to create a so-called, he's gonna explain it to you, and he's gonna back it up with facts. It's not no mumbo jumbo pulling up out of his booty hole. No, these are real things. He got the statistics. He got all, wow. Normally I stutter on that word, statistics. No. It's statistic. Yeah, something like that. He got the sheets, man. He got the sheets. He got the rap sheets. And he's going to explain stuff to you, you know. I haven't seen this one, but I think, oh, it's 2 days. I did see it. But I didn't know it was 2 days. I saw it like 2 days ago or something like that. Anyway. And yeah, 2 days. I think maybe yesterday. Anyway, I didn't watch it, but let me go on. He's gonna explain stuff to you, and you're gonna learn. I'm sure I'm gonna learn off of, Lord willing, I'm gonna learn off of that video over there. I didn't even notice that it was new.
The elite families who cut this devil's bargain with Park become unfathomably wealthy. Their small companies morph into sprawling empires. They become the chaebols. Chaebol itself translates...
Okay, cool. I'm gonna let you watch this thing. Hopefully you will. This video is too long anyway. I wanted to do an hour. Went an hour and a half. Sorry about that. Now, just Lord willing, watch the videos. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. The point of this video was to say that they're falling. Actually, the point of this video was to start the was to start the book of Second Samuel chapter 17. I put everything already here. Yeah, I'll do this later on today then, you know. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom, and I'm gonna finish this off later then. Shalom. They're falling. That was the point of my video. They're falling. You know, they're being exposed. Korea is being exposed. China, everything is being just brought out because the Heavenly Father is bringing everything out. And it's gonna be a great thing because we can see the fall of our enemies. We could just look at it like, huh, they're dying. Huh, good. Just like how Jacob was falling and they was looking at us like laughing. Let me leave you with this one. Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. All that passed by clapped their hands at they was clapping. Yeah. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, they were like, tss, shaking their head, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty? The joy of the whole earth? Is this it? Are these the greatest? Are they the people of the Lord? Huh? Fuck them. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnag the teeth. They say, who shall swallow her? We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day we looked for. We have found, we have seen. They couldn't wait for us to fall. And when we did fall, the first thing that they did was this. Lamentations, by the way, lament. That's exactly what we started to do after that one. This is the book of Lamentations. If you don't know what lamentation means, is this passionate express of grief or sorrow, weeping. The book of crying. I'll tell you that. It says here, Lamentations 5:11. They are enemies round about, all of them, all 100% of them. Don't think like one was with us, okay? You're lying. You have individuals of heathen nations that they might like you, but they can't stop their elites. They ravaged the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah. You know what ravage means? It means this: rape. That's what they did. But you know who's going to allow it? Zechariah 14:1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. All the things that we have is going to be divided. And who's going to take it? Well, for I, the Heavenly Father, will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. The battle, and the city shall be taken. Huh? So we gonna lose? And Lord, are you the one that's gonna bring them against us? Are you? Yes, he is. And the house is rivaled, and the women ravaged. And the women ravaged. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity. Ooh, and that don't look too good. And the residue of the people, shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall Yahweh go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. That's what we are looking forward to, and that is what's going to happen. Jeremiah 30, and let me see something here. Yeah. Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. Now you might say like, but Lord, you're the one that actually make them come fight us. That's because back in the days when the Israelites needed to die, the Heavenly Father waited 40 years for them to die off because they're wicked. So this time he's going to use the heathen nations to kill you off real quick, because the Lord said, I will speed up the time for the elect's sake. You're going to die, right? And then the elect is going to make it. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Then you are going to go into slavery, Esau and the rest of the heathen nations. And they that spoil thee, because they did spoil us, shall be a spoil. You're going to be the ones that we going to rob. All that preyed upon thee, I will give for a prey. So you're going to pay. Isaiah 42:25. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord? He against whom we have sinned. Yes, he did that. You might be like, that's evil. The book of Judges chapter 2 verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. You know what type of God Balaam is? You want to know? You want to know why we went into slavery? Psalms 106 and 35, 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning who the Heavenly Father commanded them. Deuteronomy 7 and 1. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them, a trap. Yea, the Israelites sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils. Leviticus chapter 20 and Leviticus chapter 18. Those things the Lord told us, don't do it. The nations that I bring you toward, they're doing it. Kill them for it. The nations that I bring you away from, which is Mizraim, kill, don't follow after them, and don't bring their stuff into the land, which we did anyway. Sorry. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto idols of who? Not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, the Canaanites. So we've still, Deuteronomy 7, we didn't do what the Lord told us to do. Anyway, going on. And the land was polluted with blood. So that happened. Shit. Judges chapter 3, verse. No, 2. Here we did it again, by the way. I was looking already. 2 verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. And they forsook Yahweh, the power of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Mizraim, and followed other gods, of the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves to them, and provoked the Heavenly Father to anger. And they forsook the Heavenly Father and served Baal and Ashtaroth, which is the bunny that lay egg female here. This is a cow. No, well, nowadays it's actually, these are a man and a woman, but nowadays they're symbolized as the bunny laying egg female, as you can see here. Here, she got the bird thing. This is also the Valkyries from the fake Vikings. They make it all Caucasian, but this is a dark-skinned woman from Mesopotamia. Our forefather Terah used to worship, well, one of the 3,600 gods of Mesopotamia he used to worship. And Nahor also, by the way. And the Syrians too. And the Aram and Ashur, they used to do it too. Cush did it too. And they had Hamite gods too, by the way. Those are the two powerful people upon the planet Earth. And nowadays, the two powerful forces upon the planet Earth is the sun worshippers and the moon worshippers. The sun worshippers is Esau, and the moon worshippers is the Arabs. That's why they got the moon, the crescent moon thing. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Isaiah 42 and the rest of 24. Against whom we have sinned, for they would not walk in his ways, neither would they be obedient, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore, so because we did that, he had poured upon him the fury of his anger. He had poured upon Jacob the fury of his anger, and basically allowed us to be spoiled. And the strength of battle, everybody wants to fight with us. We even fight them. We even fight against our own hair. Now that's a fucking war right there. God damn, bitch waking up hating on their hair. Trying to look like a white girl. Not only that, the men have it too. So that's a real war. That's a real war right there, boy. Every time you wake up, you look up in the mirror, you fight. Round 1. Fight! You're killing yourself. Anyway, and it had set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not. They don't know. They have no idea. And it burned him. Yet he laid it not to heart. He laid it not to mind. He's not asking himself, like, why do we even hate our own hair? It don't make no sense. Should we then kill ourselves? Should we then mix breeds and hope to Satan that we just don't look like ourselves anymore, so that we can now feel good about ourselves and stuff like that? That's what they're doing. I don't know. We're a bunch of weird people. Be thou not like them. That's what the Lord say. Anyway, so yeah. Jeremiah 30:17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast. Everybody hates us, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Is this beauty? Is this a city of perfection? Too fucking niggers. Everybody has a nigger name, or a nigger word, actually. Everybody, every one of them. But once the time comes, then we're gonna show them what's really going down. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.